Hey, I'm Vicky and I've got 20 one-minute tidy home habits to help you have a cleaner home when you have very, very little time. First of all, let's have a quick reality check. Having a perfectly sparkly clean home all of the time when you have a family and or a job to contend with isn't always possible. This is what you can do to manage that mess, to keep clutter at bay and just have systems in place that mean that you can very, very quickly act in order to make your home feel so much tidier. Studies show that people with a messy house do actually feel more fatigued, they feel more anxious, they feel more stressed. So a cleaner house is a happier one, and finding quick, easier ways to achieve that is what this video is all about. So let's get right into it. So my first tip is it's not always about what you can actually see. Sometimes it's about what is behind cupboard doors. When it comes to cleaning supplies, this is an area that can really become very messy and difficult to deal with, and you can get to a point where you can't even find stuff at the back of cupboards. So it's really important to have some kind of system in place to bring into order all your cleaning supplies wherever you store them. So here I'm showing you my cupboard under the sink. As you can see, real mess here without any storage, but we add some key boxes to that space and everything becomes so much more accessible. My next tip is to put away seasonal stuff. As we're just heading into the autumn, it's now time for me to tidy away things that the kids would wear for summer or things that we would use in the summer to make space in the main areas of the house that we use. So the utility room is the place that I've been using to store the outdoor furniture cushions overnight because we can't leave those outside. Now that we're not going to be sitting outside as much anymore, thanks to the rain and the cold, I'm going to store those cushions up in the loft so that they're out of the way. If we do so happen to have a really nice day, let's hope that we do, I'm quite happy to nip up in the loft and get those down. It's the same story with summer hats, summer clothes. So every change of season, I will go through the kids' clothes and switch over what they need for winter with what they were wearing in summer. Then I'll store the clothes in the loft in backpack bags. The next tidy habit is that whenever something is open to display, do your best to make it look pretty. So with things like books, whether you're keeping them because they're on your to read pile or they're books that you think you might go back to and read again, you're displaying those out on bookcases, make them look pretty. I love this rainbow colours organisation that the Home Edit does in a lot of their videos, but there are all kinds of different ways that you can arrange your books just to make them look prettier. You could stack them up with some ornaments in between them. However you go about doing it, just if it's forward facing in your home, find a way to make it look beautiful. The next tip is to make use of the high shelves in your kitchen or in your utility room by using boxes with handles so that you can reach up, pull the whole thing down, and you'll never lose things at the back of the cupboard again. And this just makes a much better, more effective use of that storage space. I love these boxes with the handles so that they're very easy to pull down. I get these from Lakeland. They are absolutely fantastic. And following on from that, when you do go into any of your kitchen cupboards or your herbs and spice cupboard, have a look at what is in there and check the date. So say you're going to just one shelf in a cupboard, have a quick cursory look around to see if there's anything that's got trapped at the back that you've forgotten about, any sachets of sauces or mixes that are out of date. Check the dates and use this as an opportunity to clear them out and make room for other stuff. One of my favourite tidy home habits is the quick baby wipe clean. I think you should never underestimate the power of a baby wipe. The things that you can clean with it pretty much everywhere. Like, my kids have been out of nappies for years and I'm still buying baby wipes. And actually I'm thinking about switching to reusable ones just because A, the planet, B, the cost. See, we do seem to go through them quite a lot, so I just think it would make more sense. That's something I'm looking into. But for now, we're still using the disposable wipes. And as you can see here, I'm using a couple to wipe down our bins. And that takes less than a minute, but it means that the bins look clean. It's brought a shine back to the outside of the bins. There's not food stains on the top, on the lid there. It's obviously not an antibacterial clean there, but it's just literally a totally surface clean to make it look a bit better. I also use wipes to quickly go over dusty surfaces or get stains up off of the kitchen floor if we've had a spillage. Okay, next up, never enter a room without doing something in there to maintain its tidiness. So whenever you're in a room, just look around. What little thing can you do? What one small thing you can do that'll take just a minute in order to lift that room to make it feel tidier? For me, that will be picking up bowls, plates, glasses that the kids have left out, picking cushions up off the floor, bringing mugs into the kitchen, putting those in the dishwasher. Whenever I go in a room, I always scout around and see what I can do that can improve that room. Putting books back on my daughter's bookshelf, I'll pick up clothes and hang them back up, I'll put them in the laundry basket, just any small task that will make that room feel tidier. So I make sure every journey into a room, I'm doing something in that room to tidy it. And a very, very similar habit is to never waste a trip up or down the stairs. So whenever I'm going up or down the stairs, I'm always bringing something, whether it be bringing a load of laundry down, bringing a load of laundry up to hang it up so it can dry. But I'll always be building up a pile of stuff at the bottom of stairs to take upstairs. And then when I actually need to go upstairs for something, I will go up. It hasn't taken any additional time for me, but it just means that I'm making use of that journey upstairs to put stuff back where it belongs. Another really effective daily habit for a tidier home is to clear and wipe down all of your kitchen surfaces after you've cooked. I think sometimes it's easy, I certainly do, sometimes find it easy just to do the bare minimum and maybe not bother with wiping down some of the surfaces, but the whole kitchen just feels so much better when everything is wiped down. And actually just picking stuff up, putting it away, as long as everything has a place for you to put it away, wiping down the surface is a job that barely takes any time at all, but it will make the kitchen feel so much tidier. Another 1 minute habit to do every single day is to wipe down your hob. Now, every now and then I'll do a deep clean of the hob, but this is just a super quick clean of it. So all I'm gonna do is take off all of the various gas hob rings here, put them in a sink with some soapy water, literally just give them a rinse. I'm not going to scrub them, and then I'm going to wipe down the top of the hob before returning all those rings back to the top there. So this is a very, very quick job to do. I'm not doing it as a deep clean. However, it does really make that hob shine again, makes it look so much neater. My next tidy home habit is to clean your toaster. This is an area of the kitchen that kind of just becomes messy almost without you realising. The crumbs start to gather on top of it and all around it, and it's a good idea just to take a minute to pull the toaster out, clean away those crumbs, wipe over the top with a dry or just very, very slightly damp cloth. Obviously remember to unplug your toaster before you do this. Another tip with your toaster is if you have one like mine that has this ridge around the edge where crumbs just gather in there, millions, get a small paintbrush, one of my kids' paintbrushes works for this, and just run it around the edge, and that will pull all the crumbs up, because unfortunately turning it upside down doesn't help because they've just become stuck just because of, you know, the grease in the air of the kitchen. Just over time they get stuck there. So using a paintbrush lifts it out, makes that toaster look clean again. Another important tidy home habit is to always put away dirty dishes or clean them if they're ones that cannot go in the dishwasher right away. Once you get into this habit, it just becomes automatic, I find, but it makes so much difference to not have a surface cluttered with glasses, mugs, bowls, cutlery. Another habit that has really helped me is to have a system with the dishwasher. So we always make sure it's loaded at night and switch it on overnight, and then first thing in the morning we always unload that dishwasher and put all the stuff away, ready to load it up again with the breakfast things once the kids and we have had our breakfast. Another 1 minute tidy habit is to make sure that shiny stuff shines. So over time, if you live in a house in an area like mine where we have quite hard water, limescale is going to build up on things like your taps, in showers, baths, shower trays, drains, that kind of stuff. And as soon as metal starts to dull, it gets that hard water stains on it, and your shower screen doors becomes cloudy with hard water stains. It just brings the whole room down and makes it look much less tidy, much less clean. Use some really good limescale remover. I'm using Viacal here. Spray it on. Now the key thing is to make sure that this takes you less than 1 minute of actual activity, is to spray it on, and then walk away and do whatever else you need to do for 15-20 minutes, and then come back and wipe it away. So in total it takes you just a minute to deal with the issue. However, if you allow the product to work properly, you're leaving a gap between when you spray it on and when you wipe it off. That dwell time is super important, getting products like a limescale remover to work. It's not going to work instantly, particularly if your limescale has got particularly ingrained on. But if this is something that you do regularly, then you can really keep the limescale at bay, and the actual effort you need to put into cleaning it off is really minimal. A tidy home habit that has really helped us to keep mold at bay on our windows at this time of year when we're getting a lot of condensation on the windows is to Open a window. I always like to open a window in our bedroom every single morning, and I do that even in the winter when it's a little bit colder. Obviously I don't do it when we've got like torrential rain outside, but generally speaking every morning I will open up a window, have it open for at least an hour to let some fresh air in. And that just means that, say someone's had a shower that morning, it's getting rid of any moisture from the ensuite bathroom. And also because the windows in our house get so much condensation overnight, this really causes, like, we don't have a big mold problem in our house, but it does cause mold over time to develop in the corners of the window. So in order to combat that, opening up the windows every single morning to get fresh air circulate through just means that I don't have to worry so much about mold, and it's also clearing out any nasty smells from the house as well. One of the easiest 1 minute tidy up habits is to make sure you make the beds every morning, and wherever you can, enlist your kids to help. One of the quickest ways to make a room feel tidier is to focus on just one surface and just neaten that up, tidy that up. An example I'm going to use here is my daughter's desk in her room. She absolutely loves to draw, so we've got a huge pile of drawings here that need to be gone through, and having that desk tidy makes the whole room feel better. One of the best tidy home habits that I started after having kids was to designate a home for absolutely everything. And what this means is you can tidy up on autopilot almost. You don't really need to think about it. And as part of that, I introduced the one touch rule, where once I've actually got something in my hand, I'm putting it back where it belongs. I'm not just shuffling a mess from one room to the other. As soon as it's in my hand, I've picked it up, I'm moving it to the place where it lives, whatever box, drawer, cupboard it needs to go to. My next tip is to deal with piles of paperwork right away without delay. A pile of unsorted paperwork or unopened letters is one of the worst culprits for making a room feel untidy, disorganized, cluttered. Now a habit that you can try and get your kids to get involved with. Try and encourage your kids as much as possible. I know it's hard and mine don't always do this, to put away toys before getting out new ones to play with. And I think this just means that play spaces where they want to play stay clearer. They can enjoy the toys that they're playing with right now more if they have that space in the area where they're playing right now. My next tip is, it's not necessarily about getting extra storage, it's just about having the right storage. Getting more storage is not going to make your home feel less cluttered. You need to manage and cut back on the amount of stuff that you have. I'm always thinking about what stuff could go in the loft, what stuff we could sell or donate. I always have a bag on the go for clothes and toys as well, where I'm putting things that the kids have either grown out of or they're not using anymore. To try and take clutter away from the kitchen and from the fridge, I have this really handy trolley from IKEA which keeps bulk bought items such as coffee, cans and bottled drinks, so we can't fit all of these things in the fridge and in cupboards. And my final 1 minute tidy up habit is to always tidy up before you go to bed. Always have a reset as your children are going up to bed, as they're going to sleep. And then there's just something about sitting in a living room to watch a bit of TV when the kids are in bed, in a room that is tidy, that just mentally just feels so nice. I can't explain it. So just spend 1 minute in each room clearing the decks, putting away the toys, returning things to where they belong, and then you're ready for the next day. I really hope that you found these tidy home habits and tips useful. Please do share any of your own tips in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next upload. Bye!